Hey everyone, if you're looking for a Soapmaker 3 tutorial, I hope to help you with that. My name is Tammy. I'm the owner of Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. I have been on Soapmaker for about 3.5 years now, and I feel like I have a fairly decent grasp of how to use the program. Now, I am by no means saying I am an expert. I don't know everything, and I still learn a lot. Your best source of information is going to be that Facebook group, but to get you started, to help you, I just thought I would go and show you my software, show you my program and how I use it. And if that helps you, then I'm tickled. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have anything that I missed or a better way of doing something, feel free to leave that in the comments too. Like I said, I still learn all the time. I learn all the time from the Facebook group, so definitely join and be active in that. You'll learn a lot. But yeah, if you like this sort of video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Share on your social media so other people can find it, and subscribe. I will hope to do everything I can to help you, and if you have anything in particular you need to know, let me know, and I will do what I can to bring a video to you for that. So let's get on with the videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the other side.
All right, so today I thought we would go over all of the tabs on the top of the screen. We kind of jumped into adding in our ingredients and getting all of those supplies put in there and adjusted. I thought before we really dive into the program any more than that, we would just go through the tabs at the top of the screen and familiarize yourself with those. So the top left is File. I really do nothing in here other than back up and shut down or back up and restart. I don't mess with any of these other options. I don't open up a new recipe or import or export. I don't do any of that. So basically for me, all I do is back up. Edit, I never touch edit. Cut, copy, paste, what are we cutting? I have no idea. I never touch that one. I don't really do anything in recipes either. This top section, icons, I don't mess with this too much. I don't show qualities. I don't show my recipes here. I will update my recipes, but not usually through here. I do it through my recipe box. But you can update your recipes. And what that means is if you buy an ingredient today for $3 an ounce and you bought it 6 months ago at $6 an ounce, well, all of your recipes have then changed how much that recipe costs you to make and how much each item in that recipe costs. So updating the recipes updates this new cost. Your supplies, I don't really go in here other than to record a new purchase. You can go to supplier list and say there's a supplier that you no longer really use. I wouldn't necessarily delete a supplier that you've made a purchase from, but Mickey Lee Soapworks, I have no idea what that even is. I have no idea. Mickey Lee, I have no idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna edit it, and I'm going to put a couple Z's in the front of it and then save my changes and just hit yes. And that takes it to the bottom. And that way I'm not looking at a bunch of suppliers that I don't use anymore. I have a vendor fee. I don't use this as a supplier anymore. I use business expense for a lot of my like my craft show or vendor fees. I have that inside my business expenses. So you can add you can add a website, you can add email, phone numbers, whatever you want. You can make notes. So that's on this suppliers tab under supplies. Products, you can show your products. You can record a sales or create invoice, import sales, which I don't do that, so I'm not sure. You have your customer list. You have all of your sales. You can have a customer list and you can edit inside of that. Price list and locations is is something that I would go into. So I'll do my locations first. So my locations is everywhere that I have my products for sale at. So I'm in a couple consignments over here. You can see that I have, I'm in 2 consignments right now. These 2 at the bottom, they are no longer in business. So obviously they're not an active location. I'm keeping them, I'm not deleting them, but I did add a Z. So when I do my drop down later, I don't have to look at those. You can add a new location. So let's go into product list, or price list, I should say. So if you remember, I think we went over it in an earlier video, and I'll try to post put that up in the card so you can look back on it. I think we talked about price list. I'm going to jump over to that really quickly, just in case we didn't. But if you are in your preferences and you go over to production and taxes, this product price category is where you can have different price points for the same item. So say you have wholesale accounts, those price lists are not going to be the same as your retail price of an item. So you can go in and give each item their own price dependent on who's selling it. At one point, I did have my prices in my consigned shops at a little bit of a higher price point. But anymore, it's whether it's a craft show or in-person sale or consignment shops, they're pretty much all the same price. But I still want to have, especially on my consignments, I still want to have that product price category as its own price category. And let me show you why. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go back to my price list under products. So here's a price list. I'm going to kind of back up a little bit. It kept the last price category that I was in, so it's defaulting to consign because that's what I left it at. I'm only showing products that with stock remaining, showing all locations for consignment, and I'm going to go back over to retail. So you can see I have 6 pages of products. These are my products, and these are my prices and my percentage of margin. And I have my tags listed, the size of the product. So you can see like my cashmere pair, I have a 7 ounce, a 4 ounce, and a 2 ounce sample. So all of those are listed. My sample size, I don't have a price. And so I'm going to go ahead and give that just like a $5 price point for that sample. And it's taken my margin up to 75%, which isn't very high. I like to keep that above 80, but I just don't always get there. But if I switch over to pages, you can see I have most of my price listed. On consign, I really don't, because I don't have every product in my consign stores, and I don't list I don't go through the trouble of, putting a price on my bubble bath donuts when I don't have those in the consign store at all. So, and then I'm going to save. You can print this list, you can copy prices. I tried to copy prices, it didn't really work out for me, so play around with that. But I still had to go back in and do tweaks, so I don't do copy prices anymore. So I'm going to save this, and there's that. I know we said we'd go over why I like to have the different price categories, but I think we'll talk about that in another video because I don't want to get too far off topic. Just know that I do like to have all of those price categories, especially, and the reason is taxes. One, I'm charging taxes and collecting and resubmitting those taxes, and the consignment, they take care of taxes. They collect and submit taxes. And so those two, that reason is why I like to have both of those. And we will go over that in another video to show you why. So that was products. Tools, I never look at this, ever. I just never look at it. I don't do the shopping lists. I don't take product photos at this point. So play around with this, but I'm not going to since I don't use it. I'm going to jump over to help. Definitely, I use help. I use the user manual. I don't really touch on Windows. So reports is something that's going to be very important to you. And actually, we will talk about the price category because I'm going to show you that. So supply orders report. So this is all of your supply orders that you've ordered for a particular time frame. So you can go all dates, you can go this year, last year, or maybe I just want to look at, let's just do December to December. So you can see I have my business expenses here. I have a shipping label. I have a couple orders here. So this is where you can find all of your purchases or supply orders, whether they be raw materials or education and bank fees. This is everything. You can drill down on a specific supplier, an invoice number. You can also repeat, edit something. If you want to edit, it will take you to that and you can make a change. Maybe my bank fees, I put 8, but I'm not sure if they're not 9. So I want to go back and check my statement, but I'm thinking I mistyped this. But when I confirm that, I can go in and update it and it'll be accurate. So list of all purchases is pretty similar. If I wanted to go from January or December again of last year, so that is materials and packaging. So this really breaks it down for you. So in December, all suppliers, all categories, this is what I've purchased. This tells me that I purchased $272, but my adjusted cost with shipping and handling and maybe some taxes is $332. Now the Soapmaker 3 separates out your business expense. So materials and packaging is something that I would consider would be like resale, raw ingredients for resale. If you switch over here to other expenses, this is more like just cost of doing business. And you can see, you can click on these and put them in any sort of order you want, whether date, category, description, or supplier. Yeah, so you can kind of see I paid $473 in December, and then my adjusted cost because of shipping or tax would be $507. That's list of purchases. You can really drill down, how much, let's see how much did I spend on Amazon? Holy cow, I spent $1,000 to Amazon last year. That's a lot. I had no idea I spent that much money at Amazon, and I was buying some stuff on Amazon. I spent $400 on materials and packaging, so $1,500 almost on purchases from Amazon. So anyway, you can really drill down and see, okay, well, Brambleberry, I don't buy much from Brambleberry anymore. They used to be one of my biggest suppliers, but I just don't buy much from them anymore. But if I went down to Candle Science, I like Candle Science. So I buy quite a bit of my fragrance oils from them. But anyway, you can really kind of get a feel for what you're spending at what vendor or supplier. What I like to do at the end of every month is let's just go back to December 1st. And then I'm going to do all suppliers. And I have a spreadsheet, and I input this number into my spreadsheet as far as materials and packaging. And then I input this number as far as my for other business expenses. And I just use this number, and that's what I do. And my tax guy likes my spreadsheet better than the Soapmaker 3 printout. So I give him the Soapmaker 3 printout because it has some information on there that he needs, but he likes my spreadsheet. So that's reports, that's purchases. sales history. I'm not going to show you sales history. I'm not sure how to blur out names, but it's basically the same thing. You can drill by date. You can drill by customer. You can do all of that stuff. It's very, very similar to the supply orders or list of all purchases. Invoices and venue, sale records, product transfer reports. So because I'm in consignments, I can go to green room from last year and I can see all of my product transfers to that location. And it's going from home to the green room, and this is what I sent or took to them. So you can edit, you can print that, you can export it. I think it's just a CSV file. I don't do well with those, so I just usually print them. But I look at my reports a lot. I'm in my purchases report a lot. I'm in my sales history report a lot. The tax and income summary, this is telling you what your categories are for your expenses that you've created, your total product sales this year. So yeah, you can go, all of that. You can just kind of go through there. The tax and income summary report, I don't feel qualified to really go over this with you. I have it set to my total value of supplies based on latest prices, and that's in the My Supplies options. And I have total purchase amounts during the period. I have that one as far as my costs. So my tax guy, when I first started my business before Soapmaker 3, this is how we set it up. And I was going on latest prices of my value of supplies. And he wanted me to keep it that way. And that's just how we've always done it. And you can change it. I don't feel qualified to go over the differences and what would be best for you. I just really don't. You have your stock costs, remove stock costs here. So, I've done a lot for advertising or donations. I honestly, I have just one thing removed from personal use because I think I have to pay taxes on ingredients or supplies that I would take out of my own stock. And that seems very over my head to figure out, okay, well, I used this jar of lotion. I should pay taxes on this jar because when I purchased the jar, I didn't pay taxes on it. If I'm thinking that right, I don't want to get involved in trying to figure out if I get audited that I owe, 7 cents on this product because I pulled it off the shelf and the government never got their taxes. So really what I do is I purchase every product that I pull from my shelves. If I purchase all of my products, then I don't have to worry about whether or not which ones I owe taxes on. And I give myself a very steep discount. I usually pay fairly close to cost, if not just a little over cost, but I do pay taxes on it. And that way I feel somewhat protected as far as that. And I don't even know if that's true. I read it somewhere and I thought, I'm just going to do it. I will pay taxes on what I take out of my stock. And that's how I've done it for several years now. And it's not that big of a deal to me to do that. So anyway, we'll go over these bottom tabs in another video. I feel like this one's gotten a little longer than I ever meant for it to. I hope you got something out of this. I hope I wasn't too confusing. Stick around for the next video, and thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell, and that'll let you know when I upload a new video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family and on social media. That will really help get the word out for me. I appreciate all your time. Leave comments down below if I missed anything, if I made mistakes, if there's other questions that you want me to answer, comment below. I will try to like keep a list of all the questions that come through, and I can do a video on those as well. So thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.